Time now for my penultimate Mastertronic Chronicles game review, and this is the last of the Ricochet releases. Let's take a journey to the 5th Quadrant. Here's the cover then, and it's classic Ricochet style packaging, so it's got the Ricochet logo and it says 5th Quadrant. This will be taken from the original artwork of the game, I would assume, and we've got a nice big spaceship on the front there, big yellow thing floating through the galaxy, or some galaxy, not necessarily our galaxy. Spine says 5th Quadrant on it, as you'd expect, and on the back, as you'd expect, the typical for Ricochet 3 screenshots. So we've got what looks like an isometric 3D flick screen adventure by the looks of the screenshots, but that's just a guess at this point. And it says the ship has been taken over by the Zymen. Can you free the robot crew and recapture the ship before the time runs out and the ship's energy runs out? A desperate race against time, a stunning arcade adventure featuring 230 locations, replenishment points, an alien language to decode, controllable subsystems, intelligent aliens, and many other incredible features too numerous to mention. That's a pretty numerous list as it stands there. Inside we just got the one page of instructions. All the inner part of the inlay is completely empty, and we've got our usual microscopic size font. Still zooming, still zooming, still zooming, there we go. The Starship Orion was sent out on a survey mission from Earth to the Hercules Charter, I think that says. Cluster, sorry. I did say it was a small font. Anyway, basically there's a bit of blur about the game. You've been captured by the Zymen and they've introduced hazards, etc. And there's some loading instructions, there's some controls. Looks like it might be keyboard only, which would be very annoying if it is. So you can select some robots, transfer energy between the current robot and any robot touching you, pause and abort game, and basically it looks like you've got 4 robots to control with different capabilities. Ship's captain and pilot, navigator, engineer, and a random lowly crewman. And as you can see there, the game was originally released in 1986 by Bubble Bus Software. That's pretty much it for the inlay. So this is the title screen with a nice background tune. And as you can see there, it says the 5th Quadrant, copyright 1987, Bubble Bus Software, despite the inlay saying it was from 1986. And the program was by M. Strange and the music by P. Midcorf. Not sure what the first names are, doesn't really matter. So thankfully, although the instructions didn't say so, you can play using the joystick, and you start the game by pressing fire. So you start off in a isometric room. Then lots of things immediately start coming onto the screen and trying to drain your energy. And the little grey robot in the middle, which looks suspiciously like a certain famous robot from a certain famous sci-fi trilogy. And as it mentioned in the instructions, you can switch between multiple robots. So this is robot number 1, who's called Slog, who's quite slow. If you press 2, you get Plot, who's a little bit quicker, I think. Seems that way anyway. And is green rather than the grey of the first one. If you press 3, you see Nut, who is blue. But Nut at the moment is stuck in this room. You can't go out of this door here. You can hear a buzzing sound when you try and go out of it. So I imagine one of the early tasks in the game is to rescue him from that room, so you can make use of him. And then number 4 is Bod, who has got no energy at all. If you look at the bar there, that's energy. That is bullets, and I don't know what the top one is. So he's stuck there, can't move anywhere at the moment. So again, the only way you can make use of him is to find him, sit at one of the other robots next to him and transfer some energy, which you do by pressing number 5. So basically you're down to 2 robots, 1 and 2, to actually move around the spaceship. As mentioned in the instructions, there's 230 screens, so finding each of the robots is probably going to be quite tricky. So I'll go back to robot number 2. You can't get through that door there, but you can get through this one, so you can move around fairly freely. You can see that these things constantly respawn, which is really annoying, and they follow you around as well. You can shoot them, but you've only got a limited amount of bullets, so you do need to dodge them from time to time. moving around the screens from one to the other is fairly straightforward. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to line them up with the doors because of the isometric perspective. There's various things on the wall, some of which when you walk up to them do something. This one doesn't. Well, not a very good example. Let's see if I can find anything useful around. You can see my energy's like almost, or maybe 2/3 gone already. This thing here allows you to recharge your energy. If you push the robot into it, you can see the energy level going up. So that's useful. In previous playthroughs, this is the only one of these I've found so far with all the different robots. So I'm sticking with this guy for now for that reason. Can't get through that door there. That may well be the cell where the other robot's hidden at the moment, but I can't work out how to open it up unless I walk up to that thing. Nope, nothing there. There's no action buttons other than shooting, so it's not your typical arcade adventure where you can pick things up and interact with stuff. If you can interact with something, it's basically just by running into it. Just recharge this guy. Since I'm in the vicinity, you can see there's a score constantly going up there. That just keeps going up for as long as you play for. So it's just a case of exploring the rooms, going from one to another. And I've come across this thing before in previous playthroughs, and it's some kind of console. Initially when you go into it, you can only choose from two options at the bottom there. That one exits you back out, and this one prints some stuff on the screen over here which I can't make head and tail of, but there's loads of these little hieroglyphics. I think the idea is you've got to try and translate the alien language of these aliens that have overtaken the spaceship. But I've got no idea how you do that. I can press the same characters there, but it only lets you select the first two. If I select another one now, like a little sort of / there, it just gets rid of the first two. So I don't know if you're actually supposed to pick some sort of corresponding characters instead. It just keeps filling them in. Once you're on this thing, you can then pick these options at the bottom, but again I don't know what they really do. That one doesn't seem to do anything. That one doesn't seem to do anything either. That one exits you back out. So I think the instructions in this Ricochet re-release are somewhat lacking because I can't really work out what the hell you're supposed to do on that console. I'm hoping, or I pray that if you paid the full price for the game, the original instructions would have actually told you what to do there. So given that I'm not making a heck of a lot of progress with this guy, I'm going to switch back to guy number 1. Do a bit of exploring with him. There's another big terminal thing there, but doesn't seem to do anything at the moment. There's a room here with some drawers in it, looks like. And plenty of dead ends, rooms that you can't really do anything in. The sounds, oh god, I'm nearly dead with him already. The sounds are pretty basic, just sort of bleeps and sort of explosion noises when you shoot these endless enemies. One of my biggest bugbears about these flick screen adventure games is when you get constantly respawning enemies. So you're trying to, make your way around the screens, trying to work out what the hell to do, and these things just keep appearing and draining your energy. Not really very fair. They can be avoided from time to time. I'm nearly out of energy with this character. In fact, that's it. It's gone. So he's stuck there and completely useless now. As I mentioned, 3 and 4, there's nothing for him to do, there's nowhere for him to go. One of them can't move, the other one can't get out of the room. So I'm basically stuck with character number 2 now, who I think had exhausted all the rooms you could go into. I think it must all come down to, oh god. It must all come down to that console thing, but I can't work out how the hell to use it. This guy's got no bullets left now, and he almost got no energy left. So that's it, he's run out of energy as well. So I'm basically stuck. I've got 2 robots that can't move, one that can move but can't get anywhere, and another one that can't move. So actually 3 that can't move. So basically that's all I've managed to do in every playthrough of the game so far. I've got no idea what you're supposed to do. The instructions don't give you any indication. So based on this, it seems to have the makings of an interesting arcade adventure. The graphics are reasonably nice, quite colourful, look a bit like they might have originated on the Spectrum, apart from the main characters, which are quite nicely animated and quite cute. But I've got no idea what to do without any detailed instructions. So that's pretty much it. All you can do at that point is press F7. I bought the game. It tells you your progress through the game, 10%, and your score, and you've been jettisoned into deep space. You can get your name into a high score table. And that's it. So based on what I can play of the game and my understanding of it, I can't really say it's worth $1.99 because it seems to be really confusing and virtually impossible to get anywhere. So maybe if I got the full instructions it might have been a different story, but frankly, given my experience of it, I'm not really that bothered.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
2, 1, 0.